I would first like to welcome each one of you to our third workshop on e-learning and a community of inquiry. I would next like to say thank you for joining me today. And I'd also like to thank all of my virtual listeners as they will be listening at a later date. My name is Eugene Williams Jr., and I will be your instructor for this workshop. Before we begin, let me do a little housekeeping. I want you to find you a quiet, relaxing room. Make sure that you put your Do Not Disturb sign on the door so that you are not disturbed for at least the next 15 minutes or until this session is completed. I need you to turn off all cell phones and get rid of any distractions. Now, I need you to give me a green check if you see the red record button at the top of the page. Next, I want you to give me a green check if you see the words Slide 4 at the top of the page. And finally, I want you to give me a green check if you can hear me adequately. Great. Now let's begin. We'll start off with our learning objectives. As a result of this workshop, you should be able to explain how connectivity and communication are components to e-learning. Compare social media and mobile technologies within e-learning. Describe the benefits of blended learning in the educational experience. Let's begin with an icebreaker. What I want you to do with this icebreaker, I want you to break off into your breakout room. I want you to go into your breakout rooms. And I want you to write 3 sentences about yourself on the whiteboard. 2 things that are true and 1 thing that is false. Do not reveal who you are. Allow your classmates to try to guess by your description. I gave you an example. I am from Alaska. I drive a Volvo. I am a deacon in my church. Now, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to go into your breakout rooms. Now, who was able to guess who their classmates were? What this exercise allowed us to do is see how communication and discourse are very important. If you're not communicating and you don't know much about your classmates, then this is a very extremely difficult exercise. But if you have had great discourse and you've talked a lot, then it wasn't as hard. E-learning is more about creating communities of learners engaged in collaborative inquiry. Educators slowly began to appreciate the information and communication technologies were transforming society. The ability of online learning to support a collaborative learning experience very much challenged the dominant world. E-learning has significantly altered the practices of both distance and campus-based educational experiences. E-learning has become a tool of transformation. It is the core concept in the quest for educational models is the realization that the essence of education is communication. Social media are very much linked to mobile technologies. The term social media is applied to specific applications that support social networking and relationship building. Social media is a means for us to share activities, photos, and ideas with each other. The challenge for educators is to understand the possible value that social media might have added to an educational experience. While the most common use for mobile devices is the support of social networking, they also can be used for a range of educational purposes. Mobile learning represents a range of the potential that can offer seamless access to learning support. While there may be educational value in connecting individuals socially, the question is, how can social media and mobile technologies be usefully adapted to purposeful academic communication? Blended learning is the center of contemporary educational approaches to thinking and learning. Blended approaches to learning that maintain connectivity over time and distance have the ability to create and sustain communities of learners focused on the advantage of thinking and learning collaboratively. Now, here's a case study. You're a student in my technology class. My principal has given me the authority to allow my students to use their smartphones in my class if I choose to. I mean, I cannot decide what I want to do. So I need you to give me the benefits of using a cell phone in class that may persuade me to allow my students, you, to use your smartphones in my class. Now, if you would go into your breakout rooms, I will copy this over in there so that everybody can see it. And I need you to write me down some benefits for using smartphones. All right, let's see your answers. You guys have done a great job. You really make me want to allow you to use your cell phones in class. Great job. Blended learning is a powerful strategic approach to teaching and learning. The goal was to design collaborative learning experience that would take advantage of technological possibilities to achieve a more effective learning experience. The goal is essentially to replace some or all of the lectures with activities and assignments. Blended learning may well be the only reasonable means of education to create a community of inquiry that can support critical and creative thinking and learning. It is a thoughtful approach to the important challenge of engaging learners in purposeful discourse. That is the end of our workshop today. To all my virtual listeners, what I want you to do is write me a page talking about our workshop, summarizing our workshop, and make sure you include all of these things that we did within it. The icebreaker, the case study, and a summary of our workshop. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? If not, then have a wonderful week. I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time, same place, same time. Have a good evening.